Let's move on to Newport Harbor. They lose their second game in a row, drop to 1-3, 23-13 loss on the road to the Trabuco Hills Mustangs. Sailors led 13-0, and the Mustangs scored 23 unanswered points to win the game. Second loss in a row for Newport, as I said. We asked Coach Lofthouse about the mistakes, the penalties, and the Sailors shooting themselves in the foot to lose these last two games. Here's what Coach Lofthouse had to say.
When you play good football teams, you make these mistakes, and guess what? Good football teams make you pay. And we're in a position right now where in the preseason, the teams we play are very good, and we have to just be better.
All right, Howard, I'm going to ask you straight up, what do the Sailors need to do to start winning?
Well, the first thing they have to do is they got to clean up the mental mistakes, the missed assignments, the penalties. Those are the things that you can control if you're the Newport Harbor Sailors. You got to get those things tightened up, because if you're constantly, if you miss an assignment on the offensive line, you miss a block, now the running back's in the backfield and it's 2nd and 13 instead of 2nd and 5 because we lost yards. Or if it's a holding penalty on first down, now it's 1st and 20, we're replaying the down, and you just can't be behind the sticks. So that's the obvious stuff that needs to get cleaned up. The other thing that I look at when I look at the story of the game for the Sailors, Trabuco Hills scored 3 touchdowns. And in all reality, those 3 touchdowns came on 3 big plays. One of them was a missed assignment or a blown coverage in the defensive backfield that sparked a huge touchdown for Trabuco Hills. Another one was a missed alignment, or somebody didn't fill their gap and the running back goes up the middle for 60 yards and a touchdown. That's a fluke play. And the third touchdown was a blocked field goal that was returned 80 yards for a touchdown. These are 3 almost mental errors. 3 guys, 3 missed assignments that lead to 21 points, and the Sailors can't recover from it. So it wasn't a bad showing from the front 7, from the run game. Trabuco Hills tried to pound the rock, and it often took them 4 downs to get a first down. So there were things that the Sailors did that were good, and they just have to hold on to those things. And the last point for me is on offense, in the third quarter, there was some stuff, the Sailors coaches really found some stuff that worked. They put Cashton Hingham into the boundary on the single receiver side, and Trabuco Hills didn't have an answer, whether it was a screen, getting Grayson Simon out on the corner. Trabuco Hills would try to bring pressure. Nick Kim was going over the top to Cashton Hingham. It was beautiful offense, but the drive was stalled because of penalties. So there's glimpses. Newport Harbor looks great at times. They just have to find a way to hang on and hold on to those positive moments.
Yeah, 1-3. We know that they could right now be, 3-1 or 2-2, 2 close losses, 2 second half losses, and we know how much talent is on the Sailors. 6 players in Dan Albano's OC Varsity Top 150. We were so high, I still am high, on the wide receiver duo of Cashton Hingham and Josiah Lamarque. I don't think we've got to really see them at full strength this season. I know we haven't physically because they've been banged up, but more so we haven't got to see the offense clicking for a full game. And when we do, like you pointed out against Trabuco Hills, there were times where I was fully confident the Sailors were going to win, and I said, okay, it's clicking now. They've got it going, and then they shoot themselves in the foot. Against Capo Valley last week, they were behind the sticks on 44% of their offensive snaps. So whenever the Sailors figure that out, if they do, I think they could come in to Sunset League and make noise and upset a team. I think they have what it takes to pull off some upsets. I use that word loosely. But they do have to figure it out, and it doesn't get any easier for them. They take on Jay Sarah on Friday in Davidson Field before they open up Sunset League play.